All right, let's go across to some more updates coming in. This is the situation in Nepal. It seems to be getting back to normal now. Curfew has been lifted after consensus between administration and Gen Z group. But what exactly happened? Now, little over 2 months after the violent Gen Z protests resulted in a regime change, if you'll remember, in Nepal, tensions in Nepal's Bara district had escalated on Thursday after authorities reimposed a daytime curfew following renewed confrontations that happened between Gen Z protesters and supporters of the former Prime Minister Sharma oilies. Now, the Communist Party of Nepal. But what happened? What was the trigger? And now we are getting the update that things are better. Pranay is with us to take us through all of those details. Pranay, what was the cause initially, if you could explain that to us, and then the latest as well?
Well, what happened that in the Simara area of the Bara district, which is in the southern Nepal, around 100 kilometers from the city of Kathmandu, the capital city of Nepal, there both the parallel rallies were going on. One led by the Gen Z group, and another rally was being led by the workers of the CPN-UML, the party of Sharma Oli. And in fact, both the workers of both the political parties clashed on the streets, and it actually escalated into a situation in the region, and therefore the curfew was imposed. But now the situation is back to normal. This is what we have been given to understand by the local authorities as well. And in this regard, the Interim Prime Minister of Nepal, Sushila Karki, has also issued an advisory, and she has also asked the Home Department to handle the situation very carefully, and asked the leaders of the political parties to handle the situation carefully, and not to lead it to a situation where where the rival factions or the two different political parties end up in a situation where the workers have to confront each other. We know that after, as you mentioned, in September, the violent protest, and after that there was a regime change in Nepal, and after that 5th of March 2026 is the date when Nepal is scheduled to have its election. And ahead of the election, Sushila Karki held a meeting with 110 political party representatives and decided that the political process need to be taken forward to rally support among their own cadres and among their own voter base. The political parties are staging these rallies, carrying out these processions, and this Simara situation was only a fallout of a situation where both the rival parties clashed with each other. But now, thankfully, the situation is back to normal.
But Pranay, one has to wonder, when the protests actually happened, when the uprising took place, back then, the protesters had burned out practically every government body there, every government building as well. Is Nepal at the moment in a capacity as well to hold elections? Has the rebuilding process started? And if yes, who's taking care of it?
That was the commitment, Sonal. That was the commitment given by the Sushila Karki also, who was anonymously elected or selected by the Gen Z protester groups, who wanted a responsible, a former Chief Justice of Nepal, to take care the interim arrangement to ensure that the leadership of Nepal, the future leadership of Nepal, will be among the youth as well. They will have a proper representation of the people's will, and therefore it was a commitment given by her, and as well as the society also want an early election, so that a legitimate government can take care and take forward the process of development. That is part of the commitment. But besides that, Nepal is coming back to normalcy, and the political process is also on, and therefore on Wednesday, Sushila Karki held a meeting with the representative of 110 political parties, including CPN-UML, the Nepalese Congress, and many other political parties. The Gen Z group representation was also there, and everyone agreed that Nepal wants a fresh election. And
will they manage to actually make it happen? Will those authorities, will those areas where elections are supposed to take place, will they actually come up? Since most of Nepal has been brought down to the dust, especially those government bodies there. Well, I'm afraid that's all we can pack in this edition of 5 Live.